Yay! Now I can finally see it on my phone. Hello, you guys. Hello. Welcome to the party of one, but you guys are here too, so it's a grand old time. I am celebrating my Booktube anniversary. Today marks my 1 year of being on Booktube and posting. I posted my first video on January 4th, which is why, 1 year time, crazy. So I don't know what I'm doing here, what's gonna happen. I did ask some people on Twitter, like, if they had any questions for me. We were maybe gonna discuss my channel, how I got here, plans for the future. We're just gonna hang out. I don't have a strict schedule. I don't have anything in particular that I want to do. I just thought this was gonna be fun, and that's why I'm here, and that's why you guys are here. So, hello. I guess we could just start with the questions that I already have. If you guys have anything you guys want to discuss, go ahead and let me know. What are we reading right now? Let's do that first before I get into questions, because I just finished this and I'm a little wrecked right now. So, would love to know what you guys are reading. Hopefully you guys are in a better space than I am currently. Yes, that ending. Yeah, it really, 20 minutes before finishing it, I was like, nothing is happening in this book, but I'm still having a good time. And then everything happened in the last 2 chapters. I didn't even have time to cope with the first thing that happened, and then the other thing happened right after, and I have no words to describe that book right now. Ooh, lots of things. Middle Game. Okay, Middle Game. I started listening to the audiobook for that, and I got 7% in. Like, I barely scratched the surface with that book. But I learned rather quickly that that is not a book that I can listen to on audio. Because, yeah, it was very, very much confusing. So I am still very much interested in it because I didn't give it a good enough chance to, like, write it off. Because everybody's talking about that book, and it's on everybody's favorite books of the year list. So I'm like, I gotta give it a little bit more of a chance. So that's one I definitely want to read physically. Sal is reading The Boys, which is a graphic novel, and he's really obsessed with the TV show and that graphic novel. So if you guys are curious what my boyfriend is reading, there you go. Slowly making my way through Queen of Air and Darkness. Whew. I really want 2020 to be the year that I read Cassandra Clare books. I thought that was going to be 2019, but that didn't happen. But I really enjoyed my reread of City of Bones. Like, I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did. So, and like City of Ashes is right by my bedside. So I just need to get to it so I can read the Dark Artifices, because I haven't even read that. And then Chain of Gold is coming out, and The Infernal Devices was my favorite trilogy. Still probably is, even though I haven't reread it in years, but I love my babies. I haven't started since finishing The Kiss Quotient today. Oh, the other day, whatever. I heard that very good things about that one. I should check that one out since I've been reading a lot more romance lately. Mayhaps I will have to check that one out. Lifestyles of Gods and Monsters. I read that one for my mythological Greek myth retelling video. That one's freaking weird. I'm very curious to see how you are thinking, how you are liking it right now, because that book, so strange, but it strangely kind of worked for me. Like, it was very unique, and I had a good time with it. Dark Dawn and Study in Charlotte. I read Study in Charlotte last year. I really enjoyed it, but I haven't continued with the series. I don't know if I'm going to because I don't know if I enjoyed it that much, and I'm terrible at continuing series. Dark Dawn, I hope I can finish God's Grave this week. That is my goal. I really, really need to finish that trilogy because I just need to do that. The Bear and the Nightingale. Oh my gosh, I just picked that up from the library. And that was another one that I started on audio and I barely gave it a chance and I was bored to death. But the concept is basically like the parallels, or not parallels, but the conflict between like a polytheism and Christianity. And that's literally my jam. So I really, really want to love that trilogy and just give it the time that it needs. It's just so slow, and we'll see. That's sad that you're not a fan of it. Yikes. Another middle game. You guys should talk it out, discuss. Buddy reads, we love them. And Frankly in Love. Kingdom of Copper. Was not a fan of City of Brass, but I know that's an unpopular opinion. And Birth of Beckett. Oh, I'm actually reading that currently. That's one of my currently readings on Goodreads right now because I got an arc of it and I never finished it, but I got like 70% into it, and it's ancient Roman vampires. Please tell me why I haven't finished that because I was enjoying it when I was reading it, but I'm so bad at reading arcs. Like, I never finish them ever. So I've just stopped requesting them on NetGalley. I never read them. So I don't know why I even have them. Like, I just need to stop doing that. I found that I kind of am not a huge fan of arcs in general. There are always these new releases that I love and I would love to get my hands on and read them. But I'm so bad at just reading all of the books that I want to read that it makes more sense for me to just wait until the book comes out, request it from my library, and then read it then request, get it, and then not read it for like 4 months. Yeah, I've learned that about myself. We love self-growth. We love self-awareness. Trying to finish Girls of Paper and Fire. That's another book that I really need to read. I told myself I was going to read that during Pride Month last year, and I did it. Nobody's surprised. Yep, middle game, definitely. Physical book. Yep. Nobody's been able to describe what the book is really about, and those books always kind of intrigue me, but they scare me at the same time. So I really just need to read it. I do. Turn Up the Key. I really need to read that too. I want to read that one and The Silent Patient because I don't think I've ever read a thriller. Maybe I've read like a couple, but I really need to check those out because I've heard mixed things about Turn Up the Key, but really good things about Silent Patient. And I'm very curious to see what I think about them. Oh yes, the ending of God's Grave. Oh, I'm so ready to film my reaction because every single person that I've seen read that book absolutely goes shit balls over the ending. So I'm gonna need to know what's going on there. Also, my dad finished listening to the Nevernight trilogy before I even basically started God's Grave. So I'm just a failure. I really am. It works for me. That's good. That's good. I think Lifestyles of Gods and Monsters is just ridiculous. And so it makes it fun. And I like that one. You better have Dark Dawn on deck when you finish God's Grave. It's right here. It's up here. Right there waiting for me. I pre-ordered the hardback, I think. Or if I didn't pre-order it, I got it like right 2 days after it released. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Hated Bear and the Nightingale, and I hated Dark Dawn. Oh no, that's so sad that you hated Dark Dawn. I find that finales are so tricky, and that I feel like would be the most daunting if I was an author and I had multiple books or like a series or anything like that, because you're never going to please anyone. I mean, you're never going to please anyone with a book in general, but those, like the diehard fans that love your series and saw it all the way to the ending and then you disappoint some of them, that must hurt. That sucks. I was kind of like that with The Toll, which is the Arc of the Scythe trilogy by Neil Shusterman, but I was happy and content enough with it that I didn't hate it that much. Just started Children of Blood and Bone. I really need to get to that book. I need to get to all of the books, but that one is on my shelves somewhere. I think it's up there. And I'm very, very intrigued by that one, especially because Monty said the sequel was so poppin'. Like, I need to get my ass into gear and read that book. Girls of Paper and Fire on audio. Okay. Maybe I shall check the audio one out. That would help me a lot. And last year was my first time reading thrillers, and I liked The Silent Patient. Yeah, it seems super interesting and super fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I've also kind of been thinking I want to try Gone Girl because I've never seen the movie and I don't know the twist that happens. I only know that there's it's like marital problems, and I think the woman fakes her murder and blames it on her husband or something like that. Like, I really don't know anything about Gone Girl, and I don't know. I think I might want to try to read that. Maybe. I've heard very mixed things about it, but I know it's a staple in people's collections, so. Riley Sager, yeah, Lock Every Door. I haven't really heard of any of his books that really gripped me, because with at least I find this with all genres that I don't read like frequently. There's the word I was looking for. It has to be a synopsis that really entices me. And so I haven't found that with Riley Sager books quite yet, but I have heard very, very good things about his writing. So maybe once I dip my toes into the genre more, I will check that one out. Yeah, I would like to see the movie because I've heard very much good things, but I feel like if I don't know the twist, I should just read it, you know? Maybe I'll watch it afterwards. I don't know. There's so many books I need to read. I think we can all relate to that. Okay, so we're all reading such good things. That is awesome. I hopefully will dip into like more genres in 2020, but I think my number one goal reading wise is to read more epic fantasy, because I have just fallen into that rabbit hole and I'm ready to dedicate all of my time to read one book a month, and I'm going to be happy with that. But I think all of these other books I'm also excited for, so I don't know. We're just going to take it one day at a time with my reading, one book at a time, and hopefully get a lot done. I read 150 books in 2019, so hopefully I can continue that energy into 2020. Okay, so now I think I'm going to get into the questions that I already have, and we'll get into more discussions that way. If I can find the tweet, because I tweet so damn much that I have to be scrolling for forever. Okay. Oh, I guess that's a good transition, because the first question is, what are some future plans for your channel? Channel-wise, I don't think I have too many, so I guess that's not a really great segue, because I thought I had some series ideas that I really was into. Like, I got this one idea that was very ambitious, and this is fate that Carrie just showed up. I was thinking I was going to read the zodiac, I was going to go through the astrological calendar, and I was going to read authors of that zodiac sign. So I would start with Aries. I would start in like or I would start in March and read Aries authors and then read their books and then coincide my TBR with that. But that just sounds like so much work. And I was starting to like research authors and their signs and all of that stuff. And I gathered up like quite a bit of a list, but I don't know. I don't think I could keep up with it, because the only problem with these like year-long goals in these year-long video or readathons or anything that takes a whole year for you to do takes so much dedication to stick through that I feel like I would make 2 of those videos and then I would stop. So I know myself. I know that that's not what's going to work for me. And so I was also thinking, and I might still do this because I have until March to start, because I didn't want to start with Capricorn, because that's just it's a random, I have to do it in order. Because that's just how my brain works. I was thinking I was going to do friends zodiacs choose my TBR. That was inspired by Sylvia from, oh shoot, what's her channel name? Hold on, let me look it up. I follow her on Twitter. So let me see. Hopefully, Wish Fulfillment. There we go. She did this for quite a while, where she would have all of her friends or like her mutuals on Twitter, depending on the astrological calendar, they would choose. So all of her Aries friends would choose her TBR, and then she would read those books for the Aries designated month. I was thinking about doing that as well, but again, kind of like the author thing, it takes all year long. But maybe instead of doing multiple people, I'll only pick one person. I think that would be very much doable for me. So if you're an Aries watching, comment down below. Maybe you'll be able to choose my book that I read for that designated month. It also is kind of irritating because the zodiac goes from like the 22nd to the next 22nd or the 21st. I don't know. Some different people say different things. But so that's kind of annoying. So then it would be weird in my wrap-ups. But I don't know. I think it would be fun because I'm so into astrology. And with the author thing, I was just curious to see if maybe the books that they write reflect the signs, because I was looking at the Scorpio authors, and first of all, there are so many damn Scorpio authors, which does not surprise me whatsoever. And like Jay Kristoff is a Scorpio. Wait, where's my list? Let me look at it. And like Nevernight, like come on, that screams Scorpio energy, if anything does. Oh wait, no, oh yeah, okay, here it is. Okay. Yeah, Jay Kristoff, Holly Black. Oh my, yes. Saba Tahir, Aaron A. Craig, Neil Schusterman, Maggie Stiefvater, Tahara Mafi. All of them are Scorpios. And then Sarah J. Maas is a Pisces. Rainbow Rowell is a Pisces. Ryan LaSala is a Pisces. All of those make sense. For Leo, Katie Henry, my favorite contemporary author. I have such good taste. Trisha Levenseller, Victoria Aveyard, Susan Collins, Cassandra Clare, J.K. Rowling, Hannah Witten, which is a recent debut author that I've just been stalking authors on Twitter, and I see if they post their birthdays and I align them. But Leos and Scorpios won. They really did. But anyways, so I was going to do that, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe one person, but that was one of my ideas. And then I think I had another one. Hold on, we're just gonna go through my notes and see if I have any of the other ones. I'm still obviously going to continue my mythology series. My next episode for that is going to be my Kindle Unlimited mythological themed books. I really am interested in that. I know 100% I am reading The Dark Wife by, don't remember who the author is, but it is a female Persephone Hades retelling. I actually don't know if that's on Kindle Unlimited. I just assume it is because I think it's a new adult romance, and I just assume all new adult romance is on Kindle Unlimited. But definitely going to be reading that. Even if it's not, I'm reading it. That's it. And then another video idea that I don't know if I'm going to, I probably will do this one first before I do the Kindle Unlimited, so I have a gap in between my mythology episodes, and I'm going to be reading my high school favorite books, because I noticed after joining Booktube that I read very different books than most people did when they were in high school or middle school. And so I really want to go, well, I partly want to do that because nobody seems to have read the books that I read. And also I just want to see if my taste has improved or if I had taste back then, which after rereading the Imagery series by Danica Dark, I realized I don't, or I didn't have taste. I do now, but back then, it was a little sus. I still need to finish that series though, and I think it gets better. It did get better with the third one, so all is not completely lost. But I want to read that one. I want to carry on with the Wicked Lovely series. This is the series that got me into YA, so that one will be read. I will be reading this one, and probably the third one too, maybe. And then I'm reading Touch of Power by Maria V. Snyder, which loved that book so much. And the Soul Guardian series by Kim Richardson, which the first one is Marked. And that one is an angel romance thing. Archangel, guardian angel thing. So, yeah. Oh, I am not paying attention to the chart. Oh, you guys are asking more about the authors. Let's see. I didn't have a lot for Virgos. I remember that. Oh, and I only have one for Cancer. V.E. Schwab is a Cancer, which I think is iconic. I love that. And I only have one for Virgo, and that's George R.R. Martin. So sorry about it. I think actually that a lot of adult high fantasy authors are Virgos. Like a lot of the male adult high fantasy authors are Virgos, which makes complete sense because of how much intricacy goes into adult high fantasy. Like that does not surprise me whatsoever. You absolutely need to pick up The Cruel Prince. Like, let's go. Like, I know it's super hyped. I get it. And maybe you might be disappointed because of how hyped it is, but I loved The Cruel Prince. I think The Cruel Prince lives up to the hype. Do I think the rest of the series lives up to the hype? No, but The Cruel Prince is good. And even if you want to, just read The Cruel Prince as a standalone, because that one's the best one. Even though some people say that they didn't like The Cruel Prince and they loved Wicked King, which I don't get those people. I really don't. But to each their own. The Dark Wife isn't on Kindle Unlimited? What? Well, I'm gonna get it anyways. We're still gonna read it. Maybe I'll change it to just Kindle books, but it is being read because I need to have that in my life. Writing a huge series but never finishing it is a huge Virgo mood. Oh my god, you're so right, Carrie. Wow. Let's see, do I have any other goals for my channel? I really want to hit 3K. I'm very, very close to 2K right now. I really, really wanted to hit 2K before the end of the year, but it just didn't happen. And honestly, I think the problem or my downfall was not posting in November. That wrecked me so hard because even though I posted almost every single day in the last 2 weeks of December, not posting really just fucks you in the ass when you have a channel. It really does, especially when you are first starting out. I find, well, I don't know. I find, as if I'm in like freaking YouTubers' analytics. Like I know what happens in their channel when they don't. But it's especially hard when you're newer and you have such little I mean, I don't have little subscribers. I almost have 2K. So it's not little, but you guys know what I mean. In the grand scheme of things, we all understand. We all, you know. But if you don't post consistently, or if you miss even like a week of uploads, it really just hurts you in the algorithm. And so I feel like if I posted in November, I would have hit 2K no problem, but that's fine. I just wasn't, you can't bring yourself out, and I came back. We're fine. We're here still. It's okay. But yeah, I would like to hit 3K. That would be really nice. It would be nice to like gain 1,000 every single year. And I know that once you hit like 5K, then you hit like 10K super quickly and all of those things. And then you hit 30K, and then you're famous, and it's great. So yeah, that would be nice. I just really want to post consistently, and I think I will be able to do that no problem, because I am graduated, so I'm not in school anymore. I'm going to be working as a substitute, which is going to be super nice as well, because I'll be able to control my hours and all of that jazz. And hopefully I can also get a job at Barnes & Noble. I really want to do that as well, but that's career goals. We're talking about channel goals right now. Bottom line, I think I can stick to 3 times a week, posting 3 times a week. Hopefully that's great. I'm monetized now, which is fantastic. That was honestly one of my top goals. I was like, as long as I be making some coin, even if it's only like 20 cents a video, like it's fine. I'm cool with that. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, numbers wise, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I don't think I have any other really big like video ideas aside from those. I'm sure I'll get more in the future, and I'll think about more. But once I have like at least 2 or 3 videos on the back burner where I can pull from and go on to the next one, I'll be okay, and I won't run my creative mind too much. Like next week, not next week, the week after, I'm posting my Harry Potter vlogs, because I read Harry Potter for the first time, so that's pretty awesome. That video is set. I've been freaking reading that series for like 4 months, so I'm sad that it's over, but I'm also really happy that it's over, because now I finally read all of those books, so I can focus on other things, which is nice. My next vlog is going to be trying to finish all of the currently reading books that I have on my shelf right now. I'm reading God's Grave by J. Kristoff, Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, which I'm 250 pages into that, but that's 800 pages. So I'm going to divide those up on the day. Hopefully, I think I can finish it in a week if I dedicate time to it. And what's another? Oh, Sword of Destiny, which is the second book in the Witcher series. And I finished Strange the Dreamer today, so I'm done with that one. I think that's it. Maybe I'll finish an arc that I have that I was talking about earlier, The Birth of Bake, and because I'm 80% done with that, so maybe I'll finish that as well. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I don't think I should push myself too hard when I have an 800 book to finish. So yeah. Okay. I think the Dark Wife ebook is on $8 on Amazon right now. Damn, that's kind of pricey. Those indie books, man. I mean, I get it because they're indie books, so obviously. Well, I don't know. Is $8 a lot for a Kindle? I don't read Kindle, so I don't know. I don't even know what the average price of an ebook is. That just seems, I feel like ebooks should just be $5 or under, because it doesn't cost you anything to make. So yeah, but I guess if you're an indie author or you're self-published, it is different, obviously. So you got to make your coin, and I respect. But like female Hades and Persephone retelling, I think that's worth $8. I do. I think I can do that. I think I can handle it. Name of the Wind is a journey. Yeah, okay, so brief rundown on Name of the Wind. I was really excited to start it. and it is pretty in the writing. It's like a male version of Laini Taylor, basically, but not as pretty and aesthetically pleasing. But Patrick Rochefort does have a nice writing style. But I've just heard so many not bad things, but kind of negative things about from people who read heavily adult high fantasy. So now I'm like, have a cynical mind in it, and I try not to do that. I try not to have other people's influence my mind. But now there's like the people who are very versed in that genre are like, it's too long and nothing happens and it's boring. And I'm like, well, shit. If y'all read like these 900-page books on a daily basis, and you guys have read multiple books, and you say this one's boring, then, well, damn, then I don't want to waste my time. But I'm still reading it. I still am enjoying it. I think it's very much a character-driven story. I mean, it's a coming-of-age story, so. But yeah, I'm kind of a little more cynical about it right now, but I'm hoping to really enjoy it. And the second book has had nothing but bad reviews, so I'm like, why did I start an 800-page book that isn't even finished and has a shitty sequel? But, you know, boo-boo the fool, put on my clown nose, we're gonna get it done, and that's what's gonna happen. Which was your favorite Harry Potter book? Okay, well, you guys are here. You guys can get the sneak peeks. You guys can get the spoilers. My favorite one is Deathly Hallows, like, hands down. There's, like, she really did that. And fuck, that book, I just finished it like 2 days ago, and holy shit, Deathly Hallows just went there, and favorite book, hands down. No competition, really. I think I'm gonna do like a bunch of Harry Potter content now that I've actually read it and I can actually do it. And I'm like, now that I'm in the fandom, I'm so excited because I want to do a tier ranking of the books. So I rate all of my favorite books. I kind of talked about it in the vlogs, but I want to go like in detail about them. And I want to do a reaction to people's opinions because I know the general opinions about Harry Potter. Like, I know that a lot of people don't like Dumbledore, and a lot of people, I know like the Snape discourse, and I know quite a few people don't really like Ron, and there's just, I know like kind of general more character opinions, but I don't know specific opinions about, say, like the books or the plots or the themes or things like that. Because, for example, I had no idea that the racial undertones was such a big deal in Harry Potter until I read it. I knew, like, the mudblood and all of that stuff, but I didn't realize the analogies and all of those went so hard in this series and was such a huge theme about this series. And I was kind of taken aback because I was like, oh, so this is, all right, we're going in. But yeah, so I want to do reaction videos to all those because I want to know the ins and outs of the fandoms and what they think about things and how I fit in to it now, because I'm a whole ass Harry Potter stan now. I'm, yeah, converted. Listen, Prisoner of Azkaban is my, okay. Listen, Prisoner of Azkaban was my favorite book until I read Half-Blood Prince. And then I read Half-Blood Prince and I cried my eyes out. You guys are going to see. I cried my eyes out sobbing after Half-Blood Prince. So then I was like, all right, so Half-Blood Prince is my favorite. And then I read Deathly Hallows and I was like, okay, so Deathly Hallows is my favorite. So I love Prisoner of Azkaban, and that is the one that I'm probably going to be rereading the most because it still has the stakes and also the whimsy of early years at Hogwarts. So it's not a racer. I love Prisoner of Azkaban, okay? I love Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah, everybody says Goblet of Fire is their favorite. It's just, it wasn't that girl for me. It wasn't. It was kind of disappointing. And it had the most potential to be the best. But I find that the competitions just didn't go as well as it should have been. I feel like if J.K. Rowling had the skills that she had when she wrote Deathly Hallows, when she wrote Goblet of Fire, I think it would have been 100% there for me. But God, the competitions just weren't as epic and cool as they should have been and could have been. I didn't like the trials, and it was long. It was really freaking long. So, yeah. Goblet of Fire isn't my favorite. Okay. Order of the Phoenix is another good one. And that was going to be another one of my favorites until the ending, which I explained in the vlog because I go into it. But the conflict of Order of the Phoenix was bullshit and could have been resolved with one conversation. And we all know about Dumbledore not talking to Harry, but that was when it really got to me and where I was really frustrated. Because the whole conflict of that entire long-ass book could have been solved with one conversation. And so the ending just ruined the book for me. It really did. So I still really loved it. I loved it until the ending. I loved it for like 80% of the book because teenage, or maybe not teenage me, middle school me would have been in love with Harry in Order of the Phoenix. I would have wanted to date that boy so hard. Did you watch all the movies? Yeah, okay. I watched all the movies when I was younger, but the last movie I read and the last time I the last time I watched the movies was when Deathly Hallows Part 2 came out. And I don't think I even rewatched the movies. So basically, no. I didn't know what was happening. I knew the big plot points and I knew like most of the character deaths, but it hit me like I had ingested the story for the first time. So yeah, and now I'm rewatching the movies right now and I'm loving it so much. We only watch my boyfriend and I because he's never watched the movies or read the books or anything, so he's watching them for the first time, and we've watched Sorcerer's Stone, and it was so cute. Okay, yeah, I know that they're doing a Harry Potter reread or readathon. I think it's like Harry Potter Virgins or something like that. And so I hope a lot of people maybe read it for the first time or reread it so we get some Harry Potter content. I started my read. I started Harry Potter because of Murphy Napier, and she's one of my absolute favorite booktubers. If you guys aren't subscribed to her, you should. She's great. And she started her reread back in whenever I started reading them with her, which I think maybe October, September. And I was like, well, you're one of my favorite booktubers, so I guess I'm starting it too. So yeah, very, very exciting. I lost my post. Damn it. Let's go back. Okay, let's see. Next question is, if you couldn't do book or beauty YouTube, what would you do? Well, Carly, you just about listed my only two interests. Shoot, what would I do if I wasn't, maybe a thrifting channel? I was really, really into fashion, like thrifted fashion YouTube for a while. I really loved Best Dressed, and there were a couple other ones. Oh shoot, what was the other one I really, really loved? Hold on, I follow her on Instagram. I gotta look for it because I don't even remember what her Instagram handle is. Oh well, whatever. So maybe I would do like a thrifting channel. I don't know. I find that I probably could do it because I find that once I get a hobby and once I get an interest, I go 100% in that interest and I can't focus my mind on other things. So for example, right now it's reading and it's books. So I haven't like played video games for months, and I haven't really, whenever I go thrifting, I go to the bookstore, or I go to the bookshelves. I don't go to the fashion area. I don't go to the clothes anymore. And so if I did have one of those channels, I probably would be able to dedicate all my energy to that, and then probably have a bomb ass thrifted channel. But also, I don't know if I would be able to navigate the fashion scene, because I do like clothes and I do like putting together outfits, but I wouldn't say I'm super good at it. I just copy other people. That's kind of what I do for makeup as well. I just find makeup looks on Pinterest that I really like, whether it be like direct copy of the makeup look, or I like the structure of it, and then I just copy it on my face. So I could never have a beauty YouTube, because I would just be copying other people's looks, and that's plagiarism. So yeah, books is the only thing there for me. And it's funny because I've always kind of wanted a YouTube channel, because I'm a Leo. I need validation and attention, so of course I would want to be on the internet. But I was like, I never knew what I wanted to do. Like, I was never good enough in any particular thing, and that's not me being like putting myself down. That's just a fact of life. I just wasn't fantastic at like video games or crafting or fashion or makeup or anything like that. So I never knew what niche I was going to go into, but then I discovered Booktube, and I was like, I can read. I have opinions. Let's do that. So that's why I'm here. Hello, 1 year later. So yeah, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube, but if I had to choose, maybe fashion. Oh, which of the gods would you accept advances from? So I saw this question, and I tried not to look at questions until I like am either filming or have to answer them. But I did see this one, and I was like, all of them. If there was an opportunity for me to have a relationship with a god or a goddess, you gonna try to tell me that you wouldn't take that opportunity? Because I sure as hell will. I am going to do that. 100%. Like, no hesitation. Like, I'm going to take the opportunity to have sex with a god or a goddess. Like, I don't have to think too hard about that. I'm gonna, yeah, all of them. Maybe I would hesitate with Zeus, because he's a little gross, but he's still a god. He's still a god. So, yeah. Maybe that's a little shameless, but it's a pretty easy answer. Maybe to make it a little easier, which ones would I like jump at the chance? Obviously Aphrodite. Maybe a little weird because she's my mom. So a little awkward, but Greek mythology is known for incense, so it wouldn't be incest. So wouldn't be unprecedented. And I would say Dionysus, but he might be a little too freaky for me. Like, he might want to do a whole lot of things that maybe I wouldn't be too keen on. But, I mean, still Dionysus. That's pretty... I think those are my answers. Yeah, I'm not gonna think too much hard on this, because I'm just exposing myself at this point. Aphrodite and Dionysus. Those would be my top picks. Ooh, Miss Kendra gave me a lot of questions. So, if you could swap places with a fictional character, who would it be? I hate these questions because I'm a pussy ass bitch, and I would not survive in any fictional world. So, but let's ignore that, and let's see which one I would choose. I mean, Harry Potter. Like, I would, maybe not Harry Potter, but I would love to be who just minded their business. Maybe like Cho Chang. I would love to be in her position because she was still in on the action. She got to date Harry and she survived. And I wouldn't want to be Ravenclaw though. Ooh, what if Pansy? Is that her name? Stupid ass name. What if I was her? Because then I would make Draco like nicer and I would like lead him to a redemption arc. And then I would still be in Slytherin. And yeah, maybe I would do that. Or maybe I would, by swaying Draco to a redemption arc, then I would make him fall in love with Harry as it should have been. And then they would be together and it would be so cute. And yeah, maybe I would just be a meddler. I don't know. Bottom line, Harry Potter. I mean, I would love to be in Percy Jackson as well, obviously, but if you are a demigod, like, you're gonna get killed. Like, you're gonna get singled out, regardless of if you're super powerful or super weak. So, I always never want to be in Camp Half-Blood or in Percy Jackson because I don't want monsters to come attack me. At least if you're just an ordinary wizard, like, the Death Eaters don't give a crap about you, as long as you mind your business. And I can assure you all that I would mind my business. So, yeah. That's such a cop-out answer because everybody says Harry Potter, but it's true. It really is. It's just so good. Favorite book boyfriend, girlfriend? Like, who are you in love with? Ooh, multiple answers encouraged. Okay, great. So, my automatic answers are Will Herondale, because he's always been my number one book boyfriend, and Dimitri from the Vampire Academy. Dimitri over Will Herondale, but they're like the OG book boyfriends. And my OG book girlfriend has always been Isabel Lightwood, because I don't need to say anymore. Like, come on. But Laszlo and Sarai specifically, I love a ginger. That is, if your love interest or if your character has red hair, whether it be the cinnamon locks that my baby has, or just full-on orange Weasley ginger hair, it's already got a step above everybody else. Like, I love me some brunettes. I do, but gingers. They're rare and they're unique and I love them. So Sarai, I think, has come slightly above Isabel for me. Like, it might just be because I just finished this and so it's fresh in my brain, but I love that little baby so much. And Laszlo, oh, you know what? No, not Laszlo. Is it near me? I just reorganized my shelves. Yes, it is. Prince Elian. That's my answer. Prince Elian and Princess Lyra. Yeah, both of them. I mean, I have a candle of him. Like, look at that beautiful man. Yes. Those are my answers. So, Dimitri from Vampire Academy, Prince Elian from To Kill a Kingdom, and Laszlo Strange, and Isabel Lightwood, Sarai, and Lyra from To Kill a Kingdom. Lots of answers, but they're all just, I love them. I love them so much. The Norse kids get to hang out with Percy and no one attacks them. Ooh, okay, well, I don't like Norse mythology, so. Like the Vikings? Nah. Would not want to be up in that business. What am I sipping on? I am sipping on water, like a good human being, because that's one of my 2020 resolutions, is to drink more water, which all of you guys should do, even if you drink enough water. Drink more water. That should be a universal resolution. What are your guys' bookish crushes? I would love to know, because I love to know people's tastes. A lot of people, like, for example, if you like blonde love interests, your taste is invalid, and now I know. So it's good to weed out the people who don't have taste, you know? That sounds so mean, but you guys get me. You guys understand. You guys are the ones that are here. You know who I am. I'm not mean. I'm just like this. Okay, literally, you are the eyeshadow queen. Can you please do a green eyeshadow tutorial? Yes, I would love to do that. I know I wanted to do that for my Gilded Wolves review, but it ended up not being as green as it probably should have been, considering how green the cover is. But I would love to do another one. Do I have another green book that I haven't read yet? I don't have enough green books. Why are there not more green covers? Where are they? Where are the green covers? I would like to know. Speaking of green covers, I do know one. The Owl Crate edition of Guinevere's Deception. Did y'all see that? Ooh, she is stunning. Stunning. And I love the original cover too. So I really hope that I like that book because I would love to own it. I just don't know if Kirsten White can do it for me because I hated Anti-Darken. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm keeping my mind open. But yeah, I don't think I have any green books besides The Toll, but I already read that and I'm not going to do a review on that. So if I do Guinevere's, if I do read it and I do a review, then mayhaps. That, you know what? That's another channel goal for me in 2020 is to do more reviews because I love doing reviews and they're not popular on Booktube for some reason, but I love doing them, so I don't care. That's one. I want to do more reviews of the books I read because I read them, so I should do a review on them. Should I do a review on Strange the Dreamer? Let me know. This is really hype, so I don't know if I should do a review on it. Maybe I'll do a spoilery book discussion on Strange the Dreamer, and then I'll do a look on that. Mayhaps. Let me catch up on the chat before I look at more questions. Why do you think there are so many Scorpio booktubers? I think there are just a lot of water signs in creative fields in general. I think if you would just look at a majority of creators, they would either be fire or water because they're just both of those energies are extremely a lot. So like fire signs are very extroverted. They need validation. Water signs also need validation for sure. And water signs are also very, very creative. Like fire signs are creative as well too, but water is just like Pisces could never imagine the etherealness of a Pisces. Like it's because they live in an alternate reality that they're able to draw from to put into the real world. And so it just emulates in annoying conversations, but also beautiful creations of whatever they use to manifest that energy into. So that's I think that's just maybe probably why. I don't think, yeah, I guess there are quite a lot of Scorpio booktubers. And like books are very emotional, so you put a lot of feeling into them, and they're very, what's the word everybody uses? Escapist and things like that. So again, I think those two energies are just go inside with both being a reader and being on screen, because I would say that this is just a stereotype. I don't know exactly if it's true or not, but I would guess that a majority of reviewers on Goodreads are earth signs. That's just a guess from what I know about earth signs, because they like the quality of books and like analyzing and, you know, pulling that comfort from reading, and introverts and all of those words are coincide with earth signs. So I would assume if we did a survey on Goodreads and asked like what your zodiac sign is, a majority would be earth signs. So I think it just depends on the medium, but those are my guesses. Yeah, I was hella mad that Draco didn't get a redemption arc. That was some bullshit. Like, a lot of the things that I heard, like, criticisms of the series, I thought were going to be redeemed in the books. Like, the fact that Slytherins are literally the villains in the series is so annoying to me. I hated that. Like, I thought that was just what they did for the movies, and then I read the books and I was like, okay, so this is how we're going to do it. Super annoying. So that really sucked that he didn't, because I just don't understand why she didn't give him a redemption arc. I mean, I don't understand what a lot of stuff that J.K. Rowling says now, but I mean, when she wrote, like, she obviously had the brain cells to write that series and have it so intricate. Maybe not. That's not the word, but so I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but she lost them all. She lost them all when she finished that series. That's for sure. Yeah, if your favorite book boyfriend is Draco Malfoy, first of all, no. If we're looking just on the books, Draco Malfoy is a little snot-nosed bitch. Hate him. And he's blonde. Gross. Adrian and Julian Blackthorn. See, I don't know who those people are. Wait, no, Adrian's from the Vampire Academy, but he's the blonde one. How can you? Dimitri's right there, honey. Dimitri's right there. What are you doing? And Julian, is he in the Dark Artifices, or I don't even know. There's so many. Jordan from, is that Call Down the Hawk, maybe? I am reading the Raven Boys right now. I just picked up the Dream Thieves from the library, so hopefully I can get to Call Down the Hawk soon. TGD was pretty different from AID, in my opinion. AID. Oh, okay. Book acronyms. Let's go. Knowledge. Nope. Yep, you're gonna have to help me on that one. I don't know. We're gonna have to spell it out because I'm not good at the acronyms. Not versed in that. Ooh, if I don't end up going to BookCon this year, which I'm only going if I get accepted to BEA, which I haven't gotten the email confirmation yet. So we'll see. It's still up in the air. If I do, that would be really freaking cool. But if I don't, and I do BookCon in bed again, one of the games is going to be book acronyms, and to see which one of me and my various co-hosts, whoever they are, can do them, because I certainly will lose. That's for sure. Okay, I have another question. What is my favorite myth? See, I don't like this question because it's like asking my favorite book or my favorite character. It's just, those are such big questions. Big questions. And I have multiple answers for multiple different things. If we're talking plays, then my favorite is Antigone. If we're talking like just little stories, I love, obviously, the birth of Aphrodite. I love that, the myth of her origin. I also really love Aphrodite and Adonis. Love them. I love Narcissus. I love that one. I love Ariadne and Dionysus. I love Orpheus. No, I don't really like Orpheus and Eurydice. I think that one's a little overhyped, but I can appreciate that one. It just, you know. I love Icarus and the Sun and Apollo, because I love just OTP, really. Yeah, there's a lot. So it depends on what length we're going for. If we're going for like just origins, if we're going for simple tales, if we're going for full-on plays, if we're going for full-on poetics, like all of them, there's various different things. But yeah, those are my answers. And I always just resort to Greek myths. Obviously, Greek mythology is not the only one, but it's just the one I'm versed most in, and obviously what my channel is named after, so that's kind of always what I want to do. I definitely, for my mythology, I'm going to be doing other cultures, and I don't know which one to do first. My first instinct is to do Egyptian because that's the second most popular, but I also kind of want to do one that's not popular at all, so let me know down below which one you guys may like to see. Oh, Guinevere Deception and Anti Darken. Oh, okay. That's good. I mean, I would assume so because time difference and it's different plot and all of those things. And my thing with Anti Darken was the characters, not the writing, so I'm not too worried about it. I think I'll like it. Oh, okay, Adrian's brunette. Okay, fine. But Dimitri's still there, so yeah. Hadestown. I've been told by a lot of people that I need to check that out, but I don't watch musicals, so I don't think I would like it much. And I mean, if I saw it, like if I went to go see the musical in person, I think I would be able to appreciate it, but I don't want to just listen to it. That seems boring to me. That's like the same with Six, the musical. Like I really think that would be up my alley because Henry VIII and we love history in this house, but I don't want to just listen to the songs, you know, that nah. Rather see it performed. Oh, I got another similar question. It says, is there a fictional character that you'd like to be like? Okay, so I'm going to go with, like, personality-wise, that's a bit easier for me because then I don't have to, like, necessarily do what they have to do. I feel like there's a really great answer for that. So maybe take a pause, look at my shelves, and think about that for a minute. I wish I could do, like, Jeopardy music. No, I'm blanking. I think just this is kind of goes generally because I feel like a lot of book characters are just freaking Gryffindors through and through, but I do wish I was a little less selfish than I am. So, and like a little less selfish because I'm very, very selfish. I think about myself number one at all times. So it would be nice to think about other people, maybe, perhaps. I mean, that sounds really bad. Obviously, I love my family and my friends and I trust them and all of those things and I put them first, of course. But for the most part, it's like I'm thinking about my goals, my aspirations, what I need to do to get to point A to point B. And I don't know. I mean, I like that about me, but I also kind of don't like that about me. So I don't know. That could be a bunch of freaking book characters. They're all like good ass people, you know? You know what? Let's go, just to say something. Let's go with Katza from Graceling. Because she was like me. I would say she's pretty selfish. Like this, Graceling is, like Katza is the embodiment of a Slitherpuff. So if you want that character dynamic, read this book. Because she is so soft, but her circumstances forces her to be this like tough exterior and all of those things. So I maybe would like to let my guard down a little more like she does when she is in a place that she deems safe for herself and around safe, like people that she trusts. So let's go with Katza because I love her. She's great. My phone fell. Okay. Saw 6 in November. Seeing it live cannot even compare. Yeah, see, I haven't even listened to it, and I agree. Makeup question. What's your favorite blending brush for the crease? Ooh, okay. That's fun. All of my brushes are hella dirty, so yeah. So my favorite crease brush that I use, this is the first brush I use every single time I do my makeup, and it is the Morphe M531. It's very, very, very fluffy, which is great to start off with. And then blending, like, crease brushes are my favorite. So I use like a billion. I also like this one from Morphe. This is the Morphe 504. And this one is very much tapered, if you can see. And it's thinner and it's stiffer. And this one is great for getting like in the crease. It's not great for blending, but it's great for like directly in the crease action. Hopefully that makes sense. Another one I really love is the Morphe 573. This is my favorite one for doing the outer corner, like getting up there. So yeah, those are my three favorites. The other ones are like, those are also mainly my name brand ones too. I usually get makeup brushes in like packs, and you know, yeah. Ayla from Cryer's War also has Slitherpuff energy, I feel. She's very focused on her goals, but also cares very deeply about people. Cryer's War is definitely on my TBR. That's one that I want to listen to on audio, though, because I'm not a huge sci-fi, post-apocalyptic. I know it's not post-apocalyptic, but it's like futuristic, and I'm just not a huge fan of that, but I still want to read it because it's a female-female romance, so I'm still intrigued by it, and it kind of gives me Brave New World vibes, but I don't think I would want to read it physically, so I want to get the audiobook for that one. Favorite eyeshadow palette? Okay. I love eyeshadow. That's my favorite makeup product, so, but I will show you my new baby. I got this for my 1-year anniversary. My boyfriend got this for me. And this is the Norvina Volume 3 collection. Ooh, she is stunning. Like, oh my God. I love her so much. I used her today. I will be using her for a very long time. So current favorite is obviously her because I just got it. But I also, let's do drama. Let's do neutral palette is the Tarteist Pro. I'm not a huge Tarte person, but this one's really nice because the shadows are extremely pigmented. And so I really like that for every day. Also love Miss Subculture by Anastasia. This one is the one that I use the most, obviously. It's a wreck. And also, let's do one more because it's cheap. Well, two more, kind of. The ColourPop palettes, fantastic. Dream Street is the one that I use probably the most. I use this transition color pretty much every single day, no matter what makeup look I'm doing. And the Zodiac palette is really nice as well. But this one isn't my absolute favorite because the colors are kind of weird together. I like that she did each color to represent the zodiac, like the sign, because, I mean, that's the whole point of a Zodiac palette. But it's not my favorite cohesive palette, if that makes sense. But I still think it's worth it because it's cute and it's cheap. And I still really like the shades in there. So, yeah, those are my favorite eyeshadow palettes. Are you ever going to do a bookshelf tour? No. Yeah, no, not gonna do that. I know a lot of people like them and a lot of people request them, but I hate watching bookshelf tours. Like, I don't like them. I've watched like 2 of them and they're so boring because you literally just Graceling by Kristen Cashore, Bitter Blue by Kristen Cashore. Like, it's just, you just say the book that you have and you can't even really talk about it. I mean, you could, but then it would be like 2 hours long and nobody will watch it, even the people that want to watch it. I am going to do a room tour though, and obviously I'll like scan my bookshelf, so you'll be able to see. But a dedicated bookshelf tour, I will not be doing that. I don't want to edit it. I don't want to film it. I don't want to, nah. But thank you for wanting to do it. If you want here, I'll show you a little sneak peek of my shelves while we're here, since you asked. So I just organized my bookshelves differently like 2 days ago. It used to be rainbow. Now it's not. It's organized by height now. And I was hesitant to it. I didn't know if I liked it, but I really, really love it now. So up here, we have all of the series that I don't care enough to have actually on my shelves. I know that's sad because I have my Vampire Academy, but they're like multiple series. Like I have my Cassandra Clare books all right there, and I just don't want to put them on my main shelves. So they're up there. And ooh, this is so weird because the monitor, it goes opposite. Anyways, and we got a bunch of hardbacks here. Yep. Oh, and I just got this little fake ivy from IKEA that I really freaking love because I don't have the energy to take care of plants. I got my Percy books right here, and they're carried on down here, and then all of my paperbacks right here, and I have my comics right here and more books. So there you go, little sneak peek of the bookshelf tour. Hope you enjoyed. Have you accepted an Audible book from a friend yet? If not, I can send you the link so Audible will cover the cost for you. I have like multiple Audible accounts with multiple different emails because I refuse to pay for it, but I use Libby, so my library is super, super great about audiobooks and all that stuff, and I have Crier's War on hold already for the audiobook. So thank you very much for offering. That was very sweet of you, but don't worry. It will be read. It will be listened to, hopefully very soon. I say soon, but it'll probably be like 6 weeks. But hey, it'll get done. Has your reading Has your reading taste changed in the year you have been on Booktube? Yes, absolutely. Because my reading taste was pretty much YA fantasy, and that was it. That's all I ever read. I actually stopped reading for about 6 years. I don't know the exact time frame, but I remember the last book I read was Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, and I joke that it put me in like a 7-year reading slump. It didn't really. I was just in color guard, and if you know anything about color guard marching band, it takes up all of your time. I was also an honor student, so I just never dedicated time to reading after that. And so I stopped reading for a really long time. And then I discovered Booktube in 2018, and I was like, yeah, I really want to do this. So then I started my channel last year, January 4th. And so because I didn't read for 5 to 7 years, the last books I read were books that I read as like a middle school teenager. So I really didn't have any books even owned or books read. I had no basis to go on, really. So I would say, yes, it changed. I still read YA fantasy. I read contemporary for the first time with Miss Heretics Anonymous, which was one of my favorite reads of 2019. And Katie Henry was my favorite author of 2019. Did I say 2018? You guys know what I mean. And then I started reading romance. I discovered historical romance last month, which I completely in love with. Tessa Dare, a queen. I discovered I don't like sci-fi. That's pretty much the scope so far. I haven't read any mysteries or thrillers or any other genres. What are the other genres? I don't know. I learned that I don't like reading sad things, but I kind of knew that already. I don't like sad things. And going through in 2020, I am going to be reading high fantasy. That's going to be a priority. So yeah, that's my journey. Did you see the Diviners? Yes, you did. She's right here. She's beautiful. The only cover that matters, like Guys, if you haven't seen this cover. Oh my god. I don't understand why this, I think that's a mystery. That's like a big Booktube mystery, is why they put this out of print. Someone needs to email the publishers just to be like, why? Just to ask, just to know, just so we know the secrets, the bad decisions, why it was made, who made it, were they fired, what's going on. You know, I just want to know, because the series is way more popular than I'm sure it was when it was just published. So why they haven't given us very pretty covers, I don't know. Except the Australian covers are stunning, which really ripped Australia right now. Like, they're going through it. So you guys should send your prayers, send your wallets if you are able to do that. That was kind of a sad, depressing tangent, but I mentioned it. They have really pretty book covers, so they deserve to not burn. That's the only reason. That's it. Not for the people or the animals or the environment. The book covers. Save the publishing houses. Thank you for the tour. I more enjoyed the bookshelf organization than putting each book. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too, because I didn't have a lot of books before starting my channel. I never organized. I never had to organize my shelves. So when I first accumulated enough books to even rightfully have an organization, I had no idea what I was going to do. And I just did rainbow because it's the most aesthetically pleasing. But now that I have a lot, I switched it to height and I try to do by series, but I have some hardbacks and some paperbacks, and that kind of messes it up. But I really, really like the height now. I was a little apprehensive because it kind of looked a little chaotic, but having them all leveled, very satisfying to me. I do like to see which kind of people like, or how they organize their shelves too, because I'm not very organized, so I need help in that avenue. Any college advice or big things that you learned and want to pass on? I'm starting undergrad in the fall and I'm scared. Well, my first advice is don't be scared. Like, I don't know if this is a popular advice, but there is zero reason to be scared about college. Like, I am genuinely nothing to be scared about college. Really isn't. I mean, maybe the workload, but I'm a unique case where I was taking college classes since sophomore of high school, so I'm not much help on that department because I was used to it by then. But I think you'll be fine, even though you'll be fine, you know. But college is the most not nerve-wracking thing ever. Like, even if you don't know what you want to do, like, at all, even if you're starting bare bone with nothing, you have so much time to figure out what you want to do. I know people are like, oh, it's only 4 years, it's only 4 years, but that's a long time. That is a long time. And okay, maybe not 4 years, because you probably should switch to your major, at least at the 2-year point. But you have so much time to figure it out, and nobody knows what they're doing, even if they know what they're doing. Like, nobody knows what college is until they go into it. So you're surrounded by people that are feeling the exact same way as you are. Everybody's trying to work it out themselves. Everybody's trying to figure it out. So I would literally just be chilling. So don't worry about it. It's fine. It's good. Everybody minds their own business. Nobody talks to you unless you want to be talked to. Everybody just lets everybody be, lets them do their thing. Professors are really freaking chill. I had maybe a couple professors that I didn't get along with, but none of them were shitty human beings, I don't think. One of them was a shitty human being, but she was pregnant, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. So yeah, it's really chill. It really is. And so I really wouldn't be worried about it. Maybe I should give some actual something. Maybe something. The only problem is when you're a first-year college student, you don't have any responsibilities whatsoever. So you shouldn't stress yourself out, you know? I didn't live on campus. I lived in a house for 1 semester, and then I moved back home and I commuted. So I'm also not the best to ask in that case, because maybe if you live on campus, it's a completely different story. But I pretty much went home, went to class, and then I went back home on the weekends. And then that was for my first semester. And then I stayed. It was basically high school for me. And I didn't really make much friends. I didn't make any friends in college. Like, I didn't talk to anybody. I went to school, I went to class, and then I went home. Like, it was like a job for me. And so if you are looking to make friends, if you are looking for advice to how to do that, not the person to ask, because I didn't do any of that. I just minded my business and went on with my day. Ooh, you know what? One thing. I don't know what major you are, so this depends. If you are a humanities major, at least, like English, history, whatever, you know, don't buy your books. Don't buy your books. Please, don't buy them. A lot of times if you're a STEM major, you have to work out of your textbooks. Like, the only 2 times I bought books were because I had homework in those books. So I had to buy the books. But I noticed that, at least in the first year, I never used my books. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. If I had to do an essay on a book, I would either be able to find it online, or I would be able to check it out at the library, read it, and then do my essay, and never use it again. So I would recommend waiting until the first test, which I know might sound nerve-wracking, so maybe buy your books for the first semester and then see how it goes. But wait for the first test, see how you do on the first test, or at least wait at least 2 weeks into the semester, see the syllabus, how the class is organized, how the quizzes are organized, essays, tests, etc., etc. Wait until that point and okay, how much am I really going to use this book? Wait until that point to buy them, because there is nothing worse than buying textbooks that you don't use. So that, I guess, would be, that would be an advice for me. Maybe professors would tell me to shut up and not say that, but yeah. Oh, English major? Okay, I did say English. Yeah, I know, because I feel like a lot of the books that English majors read are very popular. Like, I'm sure they're not all classics, but I would assume that you could get them at the library. So take advantage of the library as much as you can, online resources as much as you can. I used Google Preview throughout my 2.5 years of college. So great resource, and it's free. Yeah, see, bio major, all the homework's in the book. Yeah, it sucks. Sucks. First of all, being a bio major sucks. Like, I could never. I knew I was going to be a humanities major since I was in 2nd grade. Knew that for a fact. No way was I going to be doing no math, no science, none of that. Not for me. Ooh, $600 a semester on books. That is so rough. That is so rough. Yeah. Whew. Nope. That sounds horrible. Really does. Rip. Another question. What is your Booktube book community pet peeve? I feel like this is another question where there's like 1,000 answers I could give you. But for the okay, that sounded bad. For the most part, I absolutely love the Booktube community and the book community. I would say more often than not, which is why some of these pet peeves make it annoying, because I think that our biggest problem is that because we don't have problems, or we don't have a lot of problems, there's still problems of like big, I wouldn't even call them problems, but like there's big topics about diversity and inclusivity and things like that. Those I don't consider problems, or like, those are just things that everybody in every community needs to deal with and needs to accept and needs to rectify. I'm talking about anything that isn't that. So, which that is like a very small portion of most of the things that cause havoc in the community. But I think that a lot of people just forget that they can put their phone down and that they can go about their day. And honestly, that could be said for a lot of things, and not even just on social media. That's just a thing that a lot of people need to do, that if they don't like something, they need to separate themselves from that. I've never been a person that has had trouble with that. I am very much one of those people who understands what I want to do, and if something interferes with that, I will deck that, no hesitation. But I don't think a lot of people are like that. And so I think it irritates me when people complain about things that they can have an influence over. So, for example, if, say, drama goes down on book Twitter, as it usually does, that isn't even drama, it's just because we don't have problems, the one thing that slightly irritates somebody gets blown up. People will complain about that a lot and say it like, I don't know, just that they hate it, or it's so annoying, or whatever. And it would do you better to just put your phone down and just read a book, you know? And I don't know, because I love drama as a outsider. I'm a freaking Leo, of course I do. Like, it's entertaining. Every single time there's like a lull in book Twitter, I'm just like, I'm bored. Like, it's time to start a scandal. Like, it's time for a scandal. Who's gonna volunteer for a scandal to keep Heather entertained? And I have that like lighthearted nature because it doesn't affect me. And so because it doesn't affect me like that, I'm able to just like, ooh, who's tweeting today? What's going on today? And it's fun, you know? It's not fun when someone are legitimately like get their feelings hurt, but for the most part, it's like, did you need to get your feelings hurt, bitch? Like, did you need to have that affect you? Like, is it really that big of a deal? Are you really that hurt? Or are you just, just making something out of nothing? So I think that's probably my biggest pet peeve. I think a lot of booktubers' pet peeves has something to do with book Twitter. So, but mine isn't that book Twitter drama exists. It's just that book Twitter drama spreads because of people giving it too much validity. Yeah. I think that's it. I think we all just need to have a laugh. And if somebody says something that we don't like, we just need to post memes about it. Or if it really bothers us, we just need to hit the mute button. Hell, you want to go hard? Hit that block button. Hit it. Make use of it. And move on with your day. It's really not that hard. So, yeah. I don't think I have like a Booktube pet peeve though. Maybe that reviews aren't very popular because I like them. And so I'm like, we all love to read. Why don't we watch reviews? And I'm privy to that too. I don't watch reviews either. I've gotten better. I've gotten a lot better, but I used to not at all. So maybe that's a Booktube pet peeve because not a lot of things happen on Booktube that annoy me. So yeah. Why would I pay for Disney Plus when book Twitter is free? I would feel that way if it was more like beauty Twitter or something. Like, our drama is so lukewarm. So boring. Every single time I get a notification like, oh my god, book Twitter drama is happening right now, and then I go and I see, and it's just Drip K Rowling freaking tweeting about shit again. And that's not including the whole transphobia thing, because I think that legitimately causes uproar. But like the whole thing that freaking wizards shit their pants, I'm like, just block her. She's blocked for me. Just block her. I love book Twitter though. Like, every single time I find a booktuber that isn't on book Twitter, I'm like, who are you? Since when have you had a channel? And they have like 100 uploads. I'm like, who are you? Stranger, like, where have you been? Okay, off the grid, like, come through. But yeah, for the most, I love book Twitter. I wouldn't have the friends I have, and I wouldn't be close with the people I'm close with without book Twitter. And we're also supportive. We are. I love book Twitter. We all just are freaking nerds, and we love each other, and it's so cute. And we all support each other, and it's cute. It's cute. Like, every single time somebody posts a selfie, like, they get hyped up so much, and I live for that. I love that. Not even just for myself, just for other people too. It's just, we love constant validation. Even if you admit you don't. We all do. That's human nature. Let's see. Another question I have is, what's a retelling you would want Madeline Miller to write? All of them. Like, I will literally read everything that woman writes. But I know that she's writing a Tempest retelling right now, and I'm not a huge Shakespeare person, but I think a lot of people are excited for that. I don't even know what the Tempest is though. Isn't that another witch one? Isn't that witches? I don't know. You guys will have to correct me in the comments. I never had to read Shakespeare except for Romeo and Juliet and Julius Caesar and Hamlet. Those were the only 3 Shakespeare plays I ever had to read. And thank God for that, because it was a nightmare. Oh, I have read Midsummer Night's Dream though. That one's good. I think everybody agrees that one's good. But a myth that I would like her to, I mean, she would do all of them so well. She already got the big 2. She did the Iliad and the Odyssey, so good for her. Because she goes so deep in her books, it would have to be a big one. So, I mean, Antigone. Yeah. Because that's my favorite play, so give it to me. Or, oh my god. I need to delete my channel. I've been saying Antigone the whole time. I've literally met Medea the whole time, and I've been saying Antigone the whole time. I need to be deleted, blocked, and reported. Wow. I met Medea. That's what I've been meaning as my favorite play. I do love Antigone though, so it's fine, but I mean Medea. So I would love for her to do Medea. I think I've answered that a couple times before. The Real Drummer is on Aesthetic Bookstand Twitter. I legit witnessed a whole group chat go down for threatening Cassandra Clare and being reason for her security upped at con. What? Oh my god, I need to get on Book Aesthetic Twitter. You know what? I had a video idea where I was going to go underground on Book Aesthetic Twitter and just, I don't know, see what would happen. Like, see what the dealio was and just witness, just be a outsider, just infiltrate it a little. I don't know how I would go about that though, and I don't even know if anything interesting would happen. I feel like I would have to be on it for a really long time to see the ins and outs. So, I don't know. Maybe I will someday. If you could step on any Greek god, who would it be? Zeus. Everybody knew that was going to be the answer. Everybody knew that was going to be the one. That's always the one. I mean, there's literally no competition on who's the worst. He's the freaking worst. And it's so hard to be the worst when you're a god because they're all horrible people. And he's the worst. So that's a feat. That's a feat. Rank Uncle Rick's book series from favorite to least favorite. So, expose time. I haven't read Trials of Apollo or Magnus Chase. So, will not be included those. But, so I only have 3 to work with. So, Percy Jackson, obviously, God tier, number 1. And then, surprise, surprise, Kane Chronicles, number 2. And then Heroes of Olympus. I don't think Heroes of Olympus is necessary. Maybe that's blasphemy. Probably is a little blasphemy. But I don't think that series was necessary. Granted, I've never reread it. So, maybe I would feel differently when I reread the series eventually. But I wasn't a fan. So, that one's my least favorite. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but it's the truth. I mean, Mark of Athena slapped. So, there are good books in it. And I did like Son of Neptune. But, yeah, it just wasn't my favorite. I've heard very bad things about Trials of Apollo, though. And honestly, not excited to read it. I love Rick Riordan. He's the whole reason I am who I am and where I am. And literally the whole reason I am a person is because of Rick Riordan. But, hey, everybody has faults. And I anticipate the Trials of Apollo series going to be the fault. But I haven't read it yet. That's just what I hear from people that have read it. But those people also don't love him as much as I do. So, we never know. Do you have any advice for people new to the bookish community that want to make friends? Book Twitter. That's literally that's the answer. Like, it's literally Twitter. Interact with people, like their tweets, reply to their tweets, post something funny, like post some memes, post some reaction gifs, like just engage with people in their tweets, and eventually that engagement is going to move to the DMs. It will. Like, it's going to. And the friendships that happen or that will emerge are always going to be the organic ones. So I wouldn't say don't DM a person directly. Being like, hey, I want to be friends. Let's talk. But usually that's not how it works. I would say if you really do want to be friends with somebody, go into their DMs and be like, hey, do you want to buddy read the book that you're reading? Like, maybe if you see that they're reading a book that you're interested in, then go in their DMs and be like, hey, do you want to read this book together? And that's how it goes. Like, that's how me and Carly were friends. That's how, Monty and I became friends because he dragged Song of Achilles, and I was like, okay, I don't agree, but I respect your opinion. And we just always interacted that way. And Carly and I buddy read The Gilded Wolves, which we didn't really buddy read because I didn't read it. But then we struck up combos that way. And I mean, those are the 2 main ones. So, yeah, I would say buddy reads are a great excuse to slide into somebody's DMs. So, yeah, I think that would be my main advice. Just kind of interact with people in their tweets. Just sprout your opinions, say things, and people will likely respond to those things. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty... I wouldn't say it's easy, but if you don't think hard, I find that most people that are actively trying to find friends and are actively looking for those friendships are when you don't find those friendships. So just chill, man. Just be yourself and strike up conversations be involved in the community, and eventually you will meet somebody that vibes with you, and boom, friendship. And then somebody asked if I would revive the Reading Right Order book club. So, one advice I can give you guys, if you do want to start a channel in general, do not do any passion projects until you are at least a year in. I'm a hypocrite. I didn't do this. I started my Rick Riordan book club when I was like 4-6 months in, and I got real excited, and because obviously I was like, oh, I want to make all this content, I want to do all these things, blah blah blah, and like that's great. It is good to take advantage of those creative whims, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. If you really want to, like, do whatever you want, but I would advise not to, because I had my channel for 6 months, and then I did this book club, and I was like, I'm gonna read every single book that Rick Riordan published. And then I did 1 month, and I was like, I am exhausted, and I soft canceled that entire book club readathon. So to avoid that, I would say that if you have these ideas for like book clubs or readathons or things like that that are outside of your channel, put them on the back burner, build them up, like organize them, like fine tune them, organize everything the way exactly you want to do it. And after your 1 year, you kind of have a basis on what works for your channel, what videos you like to do, what videos you don't like to do, what your editing schedule is, what your posting schedule is. Like, there's a lot of things that you need to fine tune and do for a year to get locked down. And I would advise that other passion projects outside of your channel would clash and would overwhelm you. So to answer the question, probably, but not in the near future. Okay, that is all. That was the last question that I had on Twitter. If you guys had any questions in the chat, I know you guys have been giving me some as we've been going, but this is a calling card for anything you guys want me to talk about. Any questions, any topics, any book recommendations, anything. Yeah. I don't have any more water. Sad. I'm just gonna give maybe like last 2 minutes for any open the chat. Last 2 minutes, any questions, any topics, and then I'm gonna end there. So cue Jeopardy music. Thank you guys for all coming. Like, it was great. So nice. I really wasn't expecting so many people to show up because live shows, it's kind of iffy because of scheduling and things like that. A book you should read this month. Okay, January is still the winter time, and it's pretty much the last winter month, at least for me as a Californian. Probably not for literally anybody else in the world, but for me, it's December, January, and then it's spring and summer. So I would advise reading a retelling. And so, or something just winter feelings, or like fairy tale-esque, just things of that nature. So I would say Graceling, if you haven't read this is a great like wintry read. It's not taking place in the winter, but it's like, I don't know, it's just, feel like it would be good because it's fantasy and it's cozy and yeah. Maybe, Heartless, which is mentioned in the chat, is my favorite fairy tale retelling. She's a good one. And let's do one more pick that I have on my shelves. Wait, why did I say this is my favorite retelling? This is my favorite retelling. To Kill a Kingdom by Alexander Christo. This is also good especially for the wintry times, because they travel to the coldest place in the world and they have to climb the tallest mountain and things like that. And the banter in this is great. It's super, super fast paced, so guaranteed to be very entertaining. And it's a great one. It really is. So yeah, you should read Heartless. Yeah, you should read this one. I would recommend the audiobook as well, of course. I haven't read this physically. I'm sure it's just as great, but the audiobook is my favorite, so I will always recommend the audiobook. Oh, let's put her back. Oh, we're gonna have to fix that. I can't do this by sitting down. Yeah, I think those are my picks for wintry. I need to listen to my own advice and read some more wintry books. I got a bunch of, you know what, while we're here, I'll show you guys what I got from the library. I'm gonna do a library haul, but oh, I got my big tote bag here. I went in at the library today and I have like 6 more books in transit. So it's going to be a great time. Dream Thieves, obviously, mentioned that. This is a retelling that I want to read. Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly. I've heard very, very good things from the few people that have read this. This ugly cover, but it's a Cinderella retelling, and I feel like it's queer. I might be making that up. It might just be dark retelling, but I could have sworn that there was something else about this book that really enticed me. Maybe it was just the darkness about it. But yeah, this is one that I want to pick up. I have Boundary Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. Heard amazing things about this one. I have the audiobook for We Hunt the Flame. This has been a most anticipated reads of 2019, and I still haven't gotten to it. This one we talked about earlier, Bear and the Nightingale. Would like to read this. Would like to at least try. It's short. I didn't realize how short it was. Hold on. Is this only 300 pages? Wait a minute. I can read 300 pages. It's like 300 pages. Why didn't anybody tell me it was this short? Well, that makes me happy. I got Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. Queer, C, aesthetic. Everybody loves that book. And then I got this one I'm really excited for. This is a nonfiction. This is Women and Power by Mary Beard. Mary Beard is a very prominent Roman Greek historian, and I was recommended this by Madeline Miller herself, and obviously I need to read it. It's so short. I really did not realize how short this was going to be, and I don't exactly know exactly what this is about. It looks like it's about, women in Greek myths and society and things like that. So that's literally, I would like to write that. So yeah. And I have Air Awakens by Elise Kova. This one I'm hoping is going to do what Sorcery of Thorns tried to do. And because it's literally the exact same plot. It's about a librarian and there's like magical books and tell me that this is exactly Sorcerer of Thorns. It says, Vala has always been taught to fear the towers of sorcerers, a mysterious magic society, and has been happy in her quiet world of books. But after she unknowingly saves the life of one of the most powerful sorcerers of them all, she finds herself enticed into his world. That's literally the plot. That's like an Enchantment of Ravens and Sorcery of Thorns put together. I need to read this. That's my little library haul. I have even more books, and I'm going to do a full dedicated video on it because I want to, so. Oh, Olivia, you have read it. Okay, that's good. Have you read An Enchantment of Ravens? Was I correct in maybe that assumption where it's like a combination of the two? Because this definitely seems like a fantasy romance. And that's what I loved about Enchantment of Ravens. So hopefully that gives me those vibes. But I'm glad that you corrected me, and now I won't say that ever again because I don't want to be called a clown. Oh, I thought Air Awakens was on Kindle Unlimited. I don't have it. I don't have Kindle Unlimited though yet. I was gonna do it. I was just gonna get the free trial and then do that video and then cut off my subscription because I don't need Kindle Unlimited for sure. Ooh, yay. Okay, great. That's what I want because I loved Enchantment of Raven so much. So that makes me excited. I need to read it. I need to read all of them because they're going to be due in like 20 days. So gotta get the ball rolling. And I'm already going to be a week behind because, like I said, I need to finish Name of the Wind and God's Grave at least this next week. That is number one priority. I need to get that done. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it for me and this little live show. So, oh, never mind. Girls Made of Snow and Glass. I really, really want to read that too because that one is definitely, I know, is a female Snow White retelling. I don't know if it's Snow White, but I know it's a fairy tale retelling and it's queer. I definitely want to read that, and you just reminded me that I'm going to put a hold on that right now. So thank you so much. You are coming through on the female Rex. We love that. Girls Made of Snow and Glass. Ooh, audiobook checked out. Yes. Love that for me. Yes, Snow White and Sapphic. Delicious. Delicious. That's what I want. That's the audio. That's the next audiobook I was going to listen to. I am going to listen to because I was going to listen and read this one at the same time because I did that with Strange the Dreamer and I really enjoyed that. Like that kind of slapped. I always thought I was like, this waste of time. Like why do I need to listen to it and read it at the same time? But now that I have a different audiobook, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to Girls Made of Snow and Glass. How exciting. The same author isn't she the author of Girl, Thorn, and Snow or something like Girl, Serpent, Thorn? That's what it is. It's a new 2020 release. Pretty sure it's the same author, and I'm pretty sure that is also Sapphic. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay. Now I'm going to do last call questions, topics, book recs, anything, whatever, non-bookish things, just anything, you guys. Last call. Give you guys like a little minute. I keep drinking my water even though I don't have any water left. Yes. Same author. That's awesome. Good for her. Good for her for writing all the sapphic fantasy, because that's what we need. That is what we deserve. All right. Well, again, thank you guys again for coming and celebrating my 1 year. I loved being here, loved meeting you guys, loved creating my little sphere of Booktube, of YouTube. Hopefully we'll be doing it for many years to come. Not going anywhere anytime soon, so haters can hate, haters can be disappointed, but I'm here, I'm me, we staying here. Thank you guys for your support and the follow and just all of the things. You guys are great. You guys are the reason I'm here. You know, people say that all the time. It's real cheesy, but it's true. It's true. We love community. We love validation. We love friendship. So, yeah, I hope you guys had a great time and continue to have a great time. Have a great night. Happy reading. Please pick up a book. Pick up a chapter or two. Even read a page. Just read something and have a great day. Love you guys. Goodbye.